Broadcasting from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, with JB, Real Estate Rome, and True Mac. This is For the Culture.
For the Culture, it's your boy True Mac. I got my boys Real Estate Rome and
What's up?
My brother JB.
Yep.
We at Level 9 Studios, broadcasting live from Las Vegas, as we always do.
It's episode
4.
Episode 4, man.
Yes,
wow,
sir.
Moving quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still pushing. We want to say thank you to all those tuning in and supporting us as we get this movement going. We actually share this on your timelines, and let's pick it up and get some more viewers so we can get this out to the world. Know how I do? We start off with music. I like to jump into the music thing first.
Right on.
Last couple of weeks, it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded, but I had got Prime 2 is what I've really been bumping. Prime is Royce the 5'9" and
Royce.
DJ Premier. This is their second album. What they do is they get a producer or a musician to go in and play a bunch of music and just record themselves for a couple hours playing music, different instruments, different loops. And then Primo go in and sample everything and make the beats. So the first one was Prime 1, and it came out in 2014. And it wasn't like highly promoted, for lack of a better term. And with where I ranked it, I thought Cole had the hardest album in 2014 with 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And then I gave it to Prime after that as like my favorite 2 albums of the year. They had a producer named Adrian Young on the first one, made all the music. And they like the way that Royce described how he did it is they was like it was supposed to start off as just like them doing a little EP, and he did 5 songs real fast, and he in his mind the whole time he was tricking Primo into doing the whole album. So he would go get features,
Right.
and grab, because he just gave him a bunch of beats. They had so many tracks, so he'll just go grab a feature, send it to him, look who I got. Grab another feature, send it to him, look who I got. So he ended up getting Jay Electronica and Common on the track. On the first album, he got Ab Soul and Mac Miller on the track, and the beats is insane. And Royce spit, that's what he do.
It's a good combination.
Man, it's crazy. So they came back with Prime 2. This time they got a musician named Ant-Man Wonder that did the music. And it don't lack anywhere from the first one. You got Dave East on there. 2 Chainz is on there. My favorite song on there is called Sunflower Seeds. And it's just, that's the track where Royce just go and just get to him.
Yeah.
And who else is on the album that I liked? The one with Dave East is called Era. So Dave East is a newer dude,
Right.
And Royce is from the Golden Ages, and so he's really like just talking like, damn, I feel like I'm stuck in the wrong era, right? Dave East come in with his flow, and then Royce just boom come in, get it to him, like 20-some bars. And they make a great combination, but he just saying how basically like we need to stop tripping with the new school rappers, because like the OGs is kind of tripping with the new school, and I'm cool with the new school dudes. I don't really dig everything, but I'm cool with it. So it's a dope album all the way through. I don't skip anything. Him and CeeLo, we talk about CeeLo then every episode. You got CeeLo on there. It's just real hard, good to go. The next thing, what else I heard? Merce. Y'all heard of Merce?
No.
Murs. No.
Merce has a new album.
Murs.
And it's called The Journey into the Unimaginable.
Okay.
It came out in March. I've been saying the whole time Nip Hussle was going to have the hardest album in the first quarter. Merce got the second. And it's something that, like, it's just like refreshing music. He's been through a lot in his career. I first heard of Merce back when we was fucking with DJ Amaze.
Okay.
Amaze put me up on Merce.
Okay.
Super underground, LA dude. But this album, the first song, he goes in, he talks about how he got divorced, and he got married. Well, he was engaged, him and his girl, because he had went through a lot through his divorce or whatever. Now him and his girl, pregnant, 40 weeks, baby born with no heartbeat, stillborn. So he was just feeling like, damn, like everything's going against me or working against me, and he wasn't able to get it out any other way. So his friends, label, everybody put it out in an album. So I think it's like the strange journey into the unimaginable. He's on Strange Music. That kicked me to the next one, which is the label head of Strange Music, Tech Nine. Got a new album called Planet. Everything that they say Tech Nine is, as far as lyrical, my boy Trot is the #1 Tech Nine fan. Trot, I see in the world. And
I got somebody that can rival him.
I don't know. But that Tekanina,
Yeah.
Truth. It's just crazy.
Shout out my boy Jay Lace.
He just flipped his bars. Like, this dude can put like 60 words in a bar, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah, Tech has always been
flip, constant.
flip.
And, like, he gets his just due. Like, I was just looking it up. Like, he's made the Forbes list like since 2013, and he provides a great album. If you like, I ain't gonna say it's no riding music but
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But like something that you just want.
You ride to a whole different level. You
Right.
listen to Tech
You
Nine.
might be zipping through traffic. Listening to this.
That's what I like to do, so I might have to put that in.
Yeah.
Still like to drive fast.
Right.
It's definitely gym music.
Yeah.
It's definitely gym music. You can put that on and get the workout going.
Yeah, if you can't lift heavier than you ever lifted in your life, listen to Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you. It's all you. It ain't Tech
music.
Nine.
Right.
Because boy, Tech Nine will get you going.
Man, so those are just 3 that I just really been knocking, and I'm sure it's something else. Any new artists, y'all got some music we want to hear and let us talk about, send it to us. You got our information coming at the end of the podcast. You get DM us at For The Culture. It's with is with an A and 4 the number.
For me, man, I gotta say, for the music part of it, that Logic, man, Logic came through. That Bobby Tarantino #2, man.
You was bumping that the other day at the
Man,
office.
I've been bumping that for a good minute, and actually today I was listening to that Victory Lap. That goes
you
super hard.
Come on.
Man, I can't
late
knock
to
that
the
with
party.
I can't. Yeah, I'm super late to the party, and that's
He was
what
bumping
it
it
is,
when he
but
drove up.
You know what? I gotta tell you, man. I always come late to that drive up movie, but it is what it is, man. But I will say that Logic is something for people that just wants that all around that good feel, and the good thing with Logic, you know what I mean? Like he understood what he did on the last album, and he kind of played that in the first one, in the first track. Like his intro wasn't music at all. It was a synopsis of 2 people just talking back and forth about Logic himself. Of I want album Logic or I want mixtape Logic, and the kid, it was a kid and the grandpa, and they was quote unquote spaceship, and he talked about no, I want mixtape Logic. I want to talk about butt, breasts, and money. You know what I mean? And the kid was like, no. This is everything that you need. Like this isn't album Logic that talks about uplifting and this, that, and the other. So it was and this album is a mix of everything. So if y'all, in addition to what Truman just said, True Mac, Logic is, that Bobby Tarantino #2, man. That's I got to tell you, man. That's a dope album. So, and if you haven't heard, and not that I'm the saving grace. If you haven't heard Victory Lap, man, I gotta tell you, I gotta put some numbers behind that, man. I gotta put a lot of weight behind that, because that's a dope album too.
Man,
so.
I'm still taking a lap around the office every morning before I get on the phone listening to Young Niggas on number 4, Victory Lap.
Dedication with him.
Yeah, that's hard.
K. Dot.
It is hard.
Yeah. Man, it still go today. But let's move on to what you got going, J. Rome.
Yeah, so for me, man, guys, I wanted to. I mean, we're talking really lighthearted right now, but I guess I got to bring it down to a serious note. A good friend of mine, Thomas Mason, aka T Mace. Shout out to T Mace if you're watching, and I know you'll be listening soon. He kind of brought it up to me about just some of the things that have been happening in the in our world as far as young black men. And some of the death rates that have been happening. So I want to bring it to a serious note for a quick minute and just talk about some of the things that that we're dealing with. And one of the things that he posted to me, that he sent over to me, was like over the last couple of years, real quick, was like 12 of some of our most iconic, figures that have passed away at a very, very early age. And I mean, literally, no one has passed. I mean, from this list that he sent me, no one has passed 55.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and 55, the oldest was Michael Clark Duncan.
Okay.
Green Mile, the whole nine, right? So, all the way down to the youngest, which was 32, which was Jay Dilla, who was part of Slum Village. Okay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, so what I wanted to do was just have a conversation with, I know I'm finally back in the gym. Finally. And I know, True, you've been posting stuff too, and JB, I know you probably, you getting your workout on and stuff like that. And, outside of the workout thing and the eating right thing, when I think back to at least my generation and my age, and, you guys are older than me, and, my dad is, as much as he was there, not to go too far into depth with that, but I can't say but a handful of times, not even a handful of times, that we were the ones to go to the hospital, or I mean not the hospital, but to a doctor to get checked up on, right? Mm-hmm. And so for me, even me, I'm looking at it like last time I've been to a doctor just to get a regular old checkup, just a general situation, was, I'd say, what is this, 2018? So probably 5 years ago.
I'm probably right there with you.
Right. So, what I wanted to kind of shed light on is, some of the things that we've been, I think that we as men, number one, and black men, number two, kind of avoid, because we want to have this macho, I'm good kind of persona around us. And when I look back, so I did a little research on some of the guys that my guy sent me, and two of the ones that stuck out the most was Jay Dilla, number one, and Patrice O'Neal, number two. And I'll speak on these two, and then I'm gonna ask you guys a question. But Jay Dilla, he suffered from a disease of the blood, and he died at 32. So I'm 34. So
yeah, lupus, right? Something like that.
So they said it was. I can't even. I'm now. Forgive me if I try to say this whole word. It's a thrombotic, thrombo. It's that technical. So give me a minute, right? It's a thrombotic thrombocytopenic purpura. It's a disease of the blood, and basically what it does is it attacks your tissue, right? Yeah. It's a crazy situation, yet it can be prevented. So those that have it through proper checkup, those that have it and they don't go through proper checkup they have a 95% death rate.
Damn.
Crazy, right? So those that do have it and go through the proper checkup and then get the proper treatment, they have a 10% death rate. So that swing is huge. And then Patrice O'Neal, real quick, just died from type 2 diabetes. He got it at age 23. He just didn't follow the whole medicine regimen and the whole nine, or even a good healthy eating
diet. Exercise.
Exactly, diet and exercise, like the basic, the bare bones basic that we talk about on that most people talk about on a regular basis is the bare bones basic, and to him, he died at 41, right? So, I mean, we're talking about two very young cats. Mm-hmm. I mean, and still, even 55 is stupid young.
Yeah,
it's stupid young
for sure.
And so my thing is, for me, I know True, you getting back in the gym. JB, I know you doing your thing, and so my question is like, what is it about? What can we do to prevent that whole stigma of I gotta be the almighty? I feel like I'm Adonis can't be touched type of stigma.
So I'll touch on that first if I could. And what's crazy is I just went over to a local restaurant that I like to frequent, Annie's Kitchen, over off of D Street. And one of my guys that I went to high school with, her son, Junior, he helped his mom open the restaurant. He came from behind the counter when I went in the other day, and I hadn't seen him in a while, and he had let me know that he had a heart attack. And, I'm 40, I'll be 44 this year, and Junior was a year older than me, so he can't be older than 45, 46. And, so that's young, comparatively young, to have had a heart attack. And he was saying, the doctor told him that, his arteries had been clogged, and, from all of the foods that he had eaten. And I think the biggest thing for us is, we grew up eating a lot of fatty food as it is,
Yeah.
Even if we're not eating fast food, when you go to Big Mama's house, what is she cooking on Sunday?
Hog bone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Neck bone.
All of that. Things
Make you
that
feel good.
Feel good, soul food. Unfortunately, it's as good as it tastes, it's just not good for us. It doesn't agree with us. A lot of it is when it breaks all the way down in your body, it can cause some, sugar diabetes, high blood pressure because it's a lot of salt in it, So the way we eat is one of the things that we really, really, really have to look at. And I'm guilty of it. And then, getting on a better workout regimen. I have seen my boy Mac in the gym, and he's looking good. You know what I'm saying? When I first saw him a few months ago, he was chubby. The first time I saw Mac, he had a little belly on him. I was like, "What is this?" I'm used to the tall, slim fella.
That dad bod.
Yeah, he got that dad bod for real. And and I'm the same way.
Yeah, it ain't no thing.
And it's what happens when life hits you. You know what I'm saying? When you got a family and you out hustling all day long, it's you get home, the last thing you want to do is prepare a healthy meal. You just want to eat something. You just want to eat something and go to bed.
Grab and go.
And then going to buy something healthy. Yeah,
it's even harder.
$20 because you got to go sit down, and if you just moving, it's hard to go find a healthy meal.
Yeah, it is. And to be able to really to be able to eat right, to be able to exercise properly, and to be able to just stay on top of your vitamins, and then, like you said, real estate is going to see the doctor, because we can do all of those things fine and dandy. We can be in tip-top shape, but if we're not going to get our checkups and make sure that we're in tip-top shape,
just guessing.
You're just guessing. That's perfectly put, Mac. I thank you for that. So really, those should be at the top of our list of things that we do. We want to make sure that we're eating right. We're putting the right things in our bodies. We want to make sure that we're taking time to exercise. Even if you get up in the morning and just go for a nice walk, or even if you go for a nice walk after you eat your meal at night, those things to help your food digest and just to be active. And it takes time to really get in and get in that routine. And another thing is, if you're not the workout type, get yourself a trainer. Get somebody who can help motivate you and show you the proper way to train your body to help get off of some of those fat areas that you don't want. Like I said, my brother is a trainer with Hustle Plus Muscle. I mean, he's a great trainer. I know Mac Rome has a trainer that's probably going to come in and talk to us in a couple of weeks, which I cannot wait to see. But get somebody who can show you the proper ways to do these exercises. Get someone who can help you.
Now, your brother.
Hustle Plus Muscle. Prince Akeem. You can find him on Instagram and you can find him on Facebook. I wish I had Give me a
got
minute.
it.
I'll get it.
Yeah,
I'll get you that
we'll get
information.
that later,
We'll
but I'm
make
just
sure we
saying,
put
Go
that
ahead,
up
we
there.
got time. It's
got time.
Instagram right there. Just
Not real. I mean, and
go.
while he's looking that up, man, I'm telling him to pull it up because here's the big thing is that, most people feel like, oh my God, a trainer is gonna cost so much money, eating right is gonna cost so much money, and blah 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 blah. All this craziness, man, and really at the end of the day, man, when you look at things and like you go out and sometimes you got to go out and search it, right? So you gotta go out and find the right stuff first and foremost,
Man.
and you will find those things or those foods or those nutrients that will fit your budget. And just budget around it. Like, I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm crazy because I like to shop.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like to go grocery shopping. I put my headphones in and I do my thing and I spend a couple hours doing it. And yes, I do spend a couple hours doing
Straight
it.
up.
But I fit it all in the same little budget that I've had for the last 2 or 3 years. But
Right.
and I say all of that because my diet has changed over the years. And at the same time, the one thing I didn't want to do is spend more money just to find healthier things.
Right.
And so that, I mean, it just takes time. That's all.
on that note, I'm just gonna say people find ways to spend money on the things that they like to do or they want to do.
Yes.
So I mean, it's up to you. It's your life. You only get one body. So decide to say,
This is it.
hey, do I want do I want to wear True Religion or 7 denim,
Ooh.
or do I want to go to Whole Foods or
Come
buy
on now.
some antibiotic-free chicken or something? What's Hakeem information?
So I can't-
to Levi's.
Right? I got me some Levi's on right now.
Yeah,
Love
man,
'em.
so do I.
So Akeem Brantley, shout out to my brother Prince Akeem 702 on
Spell
Instagram. Prince PRINCE Akeem AKEEM 702.
Yo,
Go get it.
That's hustle plus muscle. Like I said, he's been doing it for a long time. He's got 2 degrees. His master's degree is in kinesiology. So this
know what he's doing.
is a brother that knows exactly what he's doing.
The boy got paperwork.
Boy got paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And he paid a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, just get somebody who can show you the right way to really work out your body and get the most out of that exercise routine.
And
I got a couple things I wanted to say about that.
Yeah.
With the early demise or death of these people. I'm 38. I had posted a picture on Instagram a couple months ago of my phase when I got into the Cap League. When you in college and you pledge fraternities, they're lines. Because we weren't a Greek fraternity, ours were phases.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Phase 4.
that's right. So we were phase 2A, Trends of Culture.
Right.
And so it was like 30 dudes on our phase. It's like I believe it's 4 of them that aren't with us anymore.
Wow.
Damn.
My brother T May, he died in a car accident. My brother Antone fell to cancer. My brother Joe Barnes fell to cancer, and Daryl Hicks. It was some complications behind Daryl's death with some police involvement in Northtown. I've been knowing Daryl, Antone, and Joe Barnes since I was like 12, 13. Antone, for sure at 12. I met Daryl. This is how far back we go. Daryl and Joe Barnes, they were on our section for the Junior Cap League. We were on the same line, Junior Cap League, and then went to Cap League when we got to high school together.
When y'all was old enough.
Right?
Right.
So, I got a homeboy, Domino, passed to cancer. That was like, Domino been gone a long time. One of my childhood friends, Martinique, passed away. My little brother, he was telling him the blood disease. My little brother, rest in peace, Don Juan, DeJuan Jamar Jackson, he succumbed to sickle cell. He had lived with sickle cell his entire life. I remember us sleeping in the same bed, and he's like 5 years old, waking up to these like crazy nosebleeds, and like we had to rush him to the hospital all the time. it had got to the point that he was getting blood transfusions like once a week. Wow. And he had a stroke. And left side of his body was paralyzed. And it was just crazy. I remember just visiting him in the hospital, and the strongest thing I know.
Yeah.
Because sickle cell is crazy. It's your blood cells are all a regular person's normal blood cell are all circular, round. Mm-hmm. Sickle cell, their blood cells, they have some round circular blood cells, but most of them are like sickle shaped in the shape of like a crescent moon. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So get blood clots a lot because your blood's not flowing, and it attacks your bones. It hurts your bones.
I got a couple of friends, same situation.
Man, and it's crazy. Yeah. I got one of my homeboys, Dwayne Murray, his wife from our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. She had sickle cell. She passed away, and I think the stigma with us not knowing what's wrong with us is it's two things, I believe. One is fear.
Yes.
Right.
Huge. That's the biggest.
Most people feel like once you find out you have something is when your body succumbs to it.
Right.
And that's a mindset thing. And then insurance. Mm-hmm. Insurance is crazy. Yeah. So
it's a big B.
And I can talk about because we were just we was looking to get our insurance started up with my wife's job for a family of 5. It's $1,200 a month. They want $600 a paycheck.
Ouch.
To insure us, and
Heck
we
no.
haven't. Now I know a lot of people talk about the what is ACA, the
Affordable Care Act,
Care Act, the Obamacare. I've never even read about it. I've never looked at it. I know someone personally who says that Obamacare saved their wife's life. If it wasn't for the ACA, there was no way his wife was going to get the surgery she needed to have in order for her to survive. Right? Then I hear other people that say their premiums were so high from it that they weren't able to maintain their health, and they had a family member die. So I think that insurance is the biggest scam ever known to man, because like even with car insurance, health insurance, you pay these premiums, you pay these monthly payments, and you can, like with your car insurance, you can go 20 years and never have an accident, and let's say you paid $150 a month, so you pay $1,800 a year for 20 years, and you don't get nothing for it, like except the comfort to say, if it happened,
if it happened, I'm
to
good.
help, like
That's why we should be in the insurance business.
that you have to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have to have insurance, car insurance. But with medical insurance, we do real estate. I used to be a loan officer. Medical bills from people who don't have insurance is like the number one collection on a credit report.
Man.
Because I'm one of those people, right? I ain't going to the doctor to get checked up, but if I feel too bad, I'm going to the emergency room.
Right.
Right. And you need to tell me what's wrong today. And like, I'm cool. I ain't dying. Like, you don't see nothing major.
Right. And that,
cool. And I don't need to go check up, nothing else. I'm straight. Y'all got me on the paleo diet.
Right.
Last year. And the basis of it, if you haven't heard of the paleo diet, it's called Paleolithic, basically to eat like cavemen, to eat what was naturally here on Earth before GMOs and everybody
all that processed stuff and all that good stuff.
So so the goal is to eat organic meats,
yes,
and fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
No grains.
Yes, sir.
No refined sugars.
Yes, sir.
No flour.
Keep talking.
Right. No beer. No alcohol.
Technically, hold on now.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna keep it, if we're gonna keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
We're gonna get super strict.
Well, here's
Right.
the thing: is because that stuff was what was available to the prehistoric man. So
Exactly.
you're
Exactly.
emulating
Trying-
what he
as,
ate
as best as
you can.
So now I'll bear witness and testify, and I lost 14 pounds without touching the gym.
Boom.
Without touching the gym.
People, that
And-
ain't just water weight. Trust me.
28 days. And you like your body feels more energized. You sleep better. The food you consume, it ain't heavy on you. You don't get those glycemic spikes.
Yes.
Right. So, but there's different diets that you can try. The fact of the matter is to be consistent. Like find something that you can do all the time, and then switch it up. Don't try to eat the same diet for 12 months. Eat a diet, break it down, try another one, come back to it. I know how paleo works. I've been cool on my workout as of lately. So starting day after tomorrow, because I ain't gonna do it on Easter Sunday, but that Monday I'm back. I'm doing paleo the rest of the month of April because I just got down to my pre-birthday weight.
There you go,
Right,
my man.
I did paleo the month leading up to my birthday. Then we went to San Diego for my birthday for the week, and
It all went away.
I just got back to birthday weight. My birthday's September. It's March 31st. So now I'm gonna try to see if I can sustain, keep it cool, work out every day, make a commitment, and just go towards it. But you must, and I must, and you must, Scotty. We gotta see the doctor.
Yeah, and so to kind of piggyback off of what Truman said, that I think some people might have missed is that the fact of, he's talking about a paleo diet. He's talking about one specific situation, right? So he's talking about one specific eating habit that we all have. So one of the big things that I want people to understand, and I think, and actually I said this earlier this week, is that we're all on a diet, right? Think about it. Let that sink in. We're all on a diet. Some are just healthier than others.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you just want to go and eat McDonald's and fast food and Carl's
That's your
Jr.,
diet.
trust
It's
me,
just
I've
a
been
real
there.
unhealthy diet.
I have been that man.
fast food diet.
Trust me, I know exactly what's on Carl's Jr.'s
Slim
menu
Slow.
right now. Don't put that by me. You don't think that I'm not that cat. I can tell you what the number 4 is on Carl's Jr. all day. Double Western cheeseburger. Yeah. The double.
The extra barbecue sauce.
With the onion rings and the extra fry. I know what it is, right? So that's a diet though. That is a diet that you're choosing to eat. I think what the main media is doing is that they're claiming the diet part of things as I have to be super strict, I have to deprive myself, I have to, this, that, and the other. So, Truman, we've got him on the paleo diet, and I've been paleo for 4 years now, and I actually just changed over to what they call the macronutrients, and it's a combination of carbs, proteins, and fats.
Right.
And so I'm eating things that I wasn't used to eating before, and I'm starting to see a change still. And again, it's some things that all it is just making sure that whatever you're eating is in moderation. So at the end of the day, what we're saying is, because again, we're talking about tons of black men who did not follow or may have not followed a specific regimen as far as eating wise,
or didn't know what was wrong with them health.
Exactly.
On that
Didn't choose to get checked.
I had to jump in on
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to it all works.
Right.
I did macros from November of 2015. From November 2015 to February of 2016. I went from 247 to 216.
Boom.
But I was at the gym like a maniac.
You got to be in the gym.
I did because my boy, shout out Brian Beaver, he used to train my son, and he used to be like, True, it take 21 days to form the habit.
Yeah. Boom.
So I just went insane, and I hit the gym 30 days straight.
And here's the big thing is like, regardless of whatever you're eating, people seriously, if you just decided, I'm and don't I hate people. I don't want you to quote me on this at all. But if you just decide to say, you know what, I still love my pizza, I still love my Carl's Jr., my Burger King, and my McDonald's and all this other craziness. Get in the gym, like you're gonna feel a difference, right?
Sure.
So I got a 16-year-old daughter. She runs track and she loves pizza. She loves she eats that way such that because she's like, oh, I work out,
Burn it off.
I burn it off. I'm slim. I'm this, that, and the other. And I'm like, matter of fact, this week. So I gave her spring break. I said, look, spring break, that's it. That's it. You eat what I put in front of you 30 days straight. And if you don't feel a difference, if you don't perform better, if you don't feel a difference, because I took her out this Saturday, man. I got to take it back for a second. I took her out this past Saturday, man. She was sluggish AF. It was ridiculous. And I told her straight up, I was like, look.
It's millennial over here.
Said, right, look. I said, if you don't perform better than what you do off of my eating plan, off of my food plan, the whole 9 that I got you on. You got to eat what I give you, what I put in front of you.
Yeah.
Then I'll let you eat whatever you want.
100%.
I'm done. I'm done talking about it.
Yeah.
She was all about it. So starting Monday, she's on it 30 days straight. So all of April, she's on it.
No, my son played football. He's a workout freak. And when we was on paleo, like it's all this nigga want is abs.
Right.
Like, he could care less about everything else. I mean,
they always want abs.
But he's strong as a ox.
I ain't seen abs since high school.
He can bench 255, something like that. I think he hit 275 at his strongest.
Screw him.
He squats something like 350. He can clean like 200.
Yeah, he's strong,
right?
boy.
He's strong.
I can get him on the clean. That's about it.
And he, but he was like. At one point, he was just like, I just want abs. And that's when I'm figuring out the paleo thing. So he sat there and ate paleo with us, slimmed down, but still strong, looking fit.
Yeah.
And
abs is all about lean muscle.
It make that boy, my partner.
Yeah, you gotta eat right.
Nah, the sign in the gym say, abs are made in the kitchen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My dog, shout out Jason Sharp Fitness. He co-designed the coolest gorilla in the gym shirt with me.
I like that.
Oh.
He went pescatarian and he a workout freak. And he swears on his life, true, I don't do no ab exercise and I don't do cardio. And
You shouldn't have to.
And his six-pack
Because he eat lean.
pack, and,
Yeah.
and he's like
Fats
only
are
doing
lean.
fish. So
That's what he eats are lean.
I got to birthday weight over the last 2 weeks eating fish 5 days out the week. The only thing is the most flavorful and accessible fish or seafood for me to eat is shrimp, and shrimp is like one of my favorite. I'm so tired of damn shrimp, dog.
Man,
I've
salmon,
had so
though.
many shrimp.
Yeah, get you some salmon.
And I've never been a fan of salmon. But
So,
the wife
okay.
slapped some together last week.
Yeah, it was yummy.
It's because it's something new.
100.
It's something new, man.
nah.
I have.
Hey, I'm
talking
gonna be
about-
honest with you.
I
I'm not a
love
fan.
salmon.
I'm not a fan of salmon either.
Really?
It tastes fishy.
But the way,
It
but
does,
the
yeah.
way I prepare it though, we'll chop it on the way. You know,
Yeah.
just
Man.
it's just different ways to prepare. Like I
Yeah.
put some on the grill last week. I put some on the grill, so it gave it that wood fire
See,
flavor.
I'm with that.
Put it in
I'm
that
trying.
10-4 with a little bit of. Now you got to get. Buddy's gonna have some butter on it.
Go get some grass-fed butter.
There you go.
Listen,
There you go.
hey,
You got it.
check
It's all options.
I'm gonna give y'all a quick tip, and we can move on to what you got, JB, with the quick tip. Get rid of white sugar. Go get you some coconut sugar.
Yeah. Yep. I like that.
Go get
Even if you don't do coconut sugar, cane sugar.
get some cane sugar.
Cane sugar, people.
Now paleo, we ain't doing cane sugar.
You're not supposed to.
But I'm
if
just
you
not-
ain't
but-
paleo, we
If
talking
you
about
ain't
non-paleo people.
Okay, so
cane
just cane
sugar.
sugar, coconut sugar. Instead of iodized white salt, go get you some sea salt.
Sea salt.
Much better
please.
for you.
No
Much
garlic
better for
salt. Go
you.
get you some granulated garlic.
Hold on, real quick. So, just real quick, because most people don't understand the reason, because on the label it says iodine is a part of the nutrients that you need for your body. Here's the problem with that: is that if you do the research, the proper research is that the way that they encapsulize, I don't even know if I said that right. Anyway, the way they encapsulize iodine in salt is through sugar. So you're consuming sugar
In your salt.
in your salt.
That's double bad.
You don't taste it. Trust me, you don't taste it, but
Right.
there is sugar in your salt. And if you have not watched this, I know there's tons of
That's high blood pressure and diabetes.
well,
together.
yeah. There's tons of
In one shake.
documentaries and things like that. It is what the hell is it called?
Which one?
What's that sugar documentary?
I ain't seen that one. I thought you were gonna say what the hell.
No, not the what the hell, because that scares the hell out of people.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm not gonna say it's stupid because it's very valid.
It's from a vegan perspective.
It is from a vegan perspective, but there's a one that's I'll come back to it when I figure it out. I'm gonna chime in and I'm gonna look it up. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go back, JB. I'm sorry for cutting in, but
All good.
Understand, iodized salt. Don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, so sea salt, granulated garlic, granulated onion, and you got yourself a healthy eating starter kit.
Much better. That's a step in the right direction.
So you got.
So I just wanted to say, since you were resting in peace, I wanted to rest in peace. My family, Big P, Amari Porter. We lost him
Absolutely.
about 2 years ago. Kidney failure. He had suffered from it for a long time.
Yes, sir.
But he was one of the most joyous and fun-loving dudes to be around. I love that dude, and I miss him so much.
And what we can add to that list, recipe to Craig Mack.
Right.
That was
Right.
on my list.
He on his list. Craig Mack, flavor in your ear.
Flavor in your ear. Way too young. Gone way too early.
Yeah.
48.
48 years old.
Man.
48 years old. And here's the crazy part, is because we've been talking about health today, is that he had shortness of breath for about 6 months.
Wow.
6 months, and he never went to the hospital. He never went to the doctor to try to figure out what it was. He just kind of kept going with it, thought it was nothing. And he had heart failure,
Yeah.
and that's part of what kind of
Plugs
caused the whole
Because
situation.
your arteries are clogged. You can't
Man,
get fresh
listen.
air to your system.
The first day I feel like I got shortness of breath.
Bruh.
I'm calling in. I don't even have to call in. I'm texting everybody. I'm not coming to the office, y'all. I'm
Bruh.
over here at Southern Hills inside
Getting
this
checked out.
emergency room.
Doc,
I ain't
what's up?
playing whatsoever.
So, you guys have been checking out some good new music that I like, and I'm gonna have to get on. You know, I like to check out the old school. So I've been on Jay-Z's. What was his first album called? Why can't I think?
Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt.
Doubt.
I've had that in the deck
Come on.
the last couple of weeks, just riding around listening to that. You know,
Yes,
I like to
sir.
do my old school. So if you don't have it, go check it out. Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z.
I stole the homegirl cassette. She had a dubbed copy
A Reasonable
of
Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt.
You young kids don't know about a dub copy of a tape.
It was at graduation rehearsal at the gym, Fresh. Bernadette. I'm sorry, Bernadette. I got you. She
Finally admitting it.
let me drive her
20
car around
years
the park. We
later.
was driving around the car in
Wow.
our parking lot, listening to it. 'Cause we had just got our graduation rehearsal. We seniors. We had school for like 20 minutes that day.
Yeah, I
And
remember
I'm vibing. She came up to get her keys, and I was like reaching out the window to hug her and sliding it in my pocket at the same time. And
Yeah, the okie doke, the old bait and switch.
it was so
The old
100.
bait
though.
and switch.
Jumped in my car.
She was happy to get a hug,
Happy
and
to get a- hey.
you slide the tape right in the
'Cause she
back
was a hugger.
pocket.
She was a hug. She was a homie. It wasn't like
Right
I
in
was,
the back
I
pocket.
wasn't trying to
She
like.
probably would have gave it to you if you would have asked her for it.
Exactly.
Maybe because she was a giving
But he ain't wanna
person.
take- he ain't wanna
I didn't
take no
want-
chances.
I've never been good at rejection, buddy.
Come on.
But, hey, Reasonable Doubt. God, that's what made Hove, and people didn't even catch it at first.
No, they slept on it.
They couldn't believe that he was doing what he said he was doing
doing.
without the. This is your first deal, bro. You just got out here. How you Cristal popping and igloo freezing and all that.
Man,
Because he was good at it. The album
100
was
grand
great.
strong.
So
9 to be exact.
right.
Yes,
Grinding
sir.
G-Packs. So anyway, I just wanted to shout out Jay-Z for Reasonable Doubt. What a great album.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple of topics today, so we'll get on them real quick. Every time I come home this week, or at least on Friday, on FX, they've had on Straight Outta Compton. And
Really?
I've watched the whole thing every
Really?
time. Because it is such a dope movie.
Yeah.
So that got me to thinking, what are the 5 greatest biopics in hip-hop? So I brought out my list. and I wanted to
Damn.
challenge my guys to give me a
Oh,
quick list right off the top of their head.
Hold on, man.
But
You
while
You had
they
a chance to
think,
about this, bro.
While
I was
they-
gonna say, yeah. Like,
while
you
they
gotta get
think,
time
but
to
they're young.
think.
So here's the thing: their minds are really young still, so they should be able to think quickly. You're a real estate, you're a real estate agent. You should be able to think on your feet.
Hey,
you go.
hold on.
So my 5 would be at number 5, and this is in a particular order.
Okay.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
Number 4, and I know that I said that this dude was my favorite, but I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, was Notorious.
Got you.
Number
I
3?
agree. I agree.
Number 3, based
You're
on
gonna go look it up.
number 3, based on one of the last scenes in the movie, 8 Mile. Because when Eminem got up on stage and clowned himself to win the freestyle battle.
Man, that was That's number 3?
Number 3.
Okay.
Number 2 was All Eyes on Me. Number 2 was All Eyes on Me because
Okay.
I think, and it's a toss up between for me, All Eyes on Me, the movie, the young man that played Tupac, as
Haven't
well
seen
as
that one.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Rome.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cut your microphone off.
Man, I mean,
You haven't seen
people
anything.
gonna
Seen
crucify
what?
me because it's so many.
Huh?
He ain't seen All Eyes on Me.
I ain't seen, man. So many
what's
things
going on. I don't know
I ain't
what's going
seen,
on
man.
But I
blame my wife.
I can't
I
hate
blame
on
my
you,
wife.
There you go. Okay.
because I only saw it for the first time like a month ago, so I can't really. Hate.
Bro.
And then they're doing on USA Network, they're doing Who Killed Tupac and Biggie, and
saw
the
that.
young man that
Yeah.
plays Tupac on that one actually, in my opinion, looks more and acts more like Pac. But then my number 1 was Straight Outta Compton. Like,
Okay.
that movie was insane. Like, it was so good. Obviously, O'Shea Jackson Jr. playing Cube.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much been watching your daddy your whole life, so you should be able to
Absolutely.
knock it out.
If you
Plus, you
can.
look just like him.
Yeah.
But the young man that played his name escapes me, but the cat that played Easy,
Killed
Right.
it.
I think the one that played Dre got all the acclaim, and kind of the movie was kind of centered around him.
It was.
And I mean, it should be because
He
Dre
was
is the nucleus.
yeah.
Dre is the nucleus.
I go Cube a little bit more, but
Well, yeah, I mean, but and I can't knock that. But I think even if you ask Cube, he would say Dre was the heartbeat of NWA. So Straight Outta Compton was my
that's not a
number
bad
1.
list. I'm not gonna even. I just tried to look it. I'm not even gonna try to come up with a list because I didn't have time to really research it.
And I'll give you one honorary one,
What's that?
which wasn't really hip hop, but the New Edition story.
Yeah, No Edition Story was cool.
Cool.
No Edition Story. Like, no, when I say cool, I mean it was like it was super dope.
Super dope.
Yeah, no.
Temptations one was dope.
The Jackson 5.
Jackson 5 was
Off the chain.
with a
we
young
gonna- 5 heartbeats. The heart is a house of love.
and I've learned.
Yeah, Eddie
Yeah.
Kane.
So
I like those. I'm trying to think if I could add anything.
well, my real question was if we could think, because it's hard to I think though in my opinion those are really the only 5. There's a few others that we might be able to throw
I
in
mean,
there.
even Double XL only has 7 of them.
But what hip hop artists out there now, or maybe up from our past, who should get the next biopic?
That's a great question. Who has had? Jay-Z needs one.
LL Cool J,
LL.
Nas.
Nas. I just don't know if a Nas
Story,
movie
okay.
like just because Nas's music is a movie.
Is a movie. I can dig that.
And this ain't like, and Nas is to me is the greatest alive right now.
Okay.
As far as lyrical content, Quick.
Okay.
I think Quick
is the
Fresco
name.
like Quick. Yeah. Snoop.
Yeah, I think that one would be good.
Snoop. I think Snoop probably deserves it. So he can get his flowers while he can still smell them.
How dope was
Right.
it? And that's one thing I like.
I'd probably go Snoop 100%. Like
That's one
that.
thing I like about Straight Outta Compton is they showed the somewhat of the relationship that Snoop had being a Crip,
Right.
and being
Around them bloods.
around all bloods and still being able to do
Right.
what they
Get they
did.
money.
You know what I'm saying? That shows that young men, even though they, don't see eye to eye on certain things, can still work together for a greater goal. I like that.
Yeah. So the question was, Rum, who do you think the next hip hop artist should be to get a biopic?
You know, I, personally, to kind of piggyback off of you, I feel like Snoop is kind of already he's in some ways paving his way right now with the biopics, with the whole Coach Snoop, you know, all those things, what he's doing with his son and stuff like that. Like, I feel like he's kind of recognized a niche in that of he recognizes that he's a superstar from a musical standpoint, and he's been one of the few, which is crazy, to been able to, you know, bridge the gap without changing who he is with like the Martha Stewart and all of that stuff. And
Homie just released a gospel album.
Right.
Man, right? And so, like, you know, that, and he, you know, he's on Netflix right now with the whole Coach Snoop thing. And
I like that. It was
you know,
a great show.
he's created his own TV show outside of the Netflix deal with this kind of the same scheme. And so I think he's probably the next one up that has been more relatable to the masses.
Okay.
I mean, for me, of course, I would always say Jay-Z. That's my biggest. I'm probably one of the biggest fans of him. Like to a default. Like, he's one of the cats that that I've listened to from start to finish and have found no wrong. Personally, I would say Rakim.
The R.
He would be I think he would be a great one. And
I had mentioned LL Cool J.
So LL, crazy enough, if you guys haven't heard, for those that don't have Sirius or XM,
Rock the bell.
he just took over
Shade 45.
Yeah. It was Backspin. It was called
Backspin.
It was
That's right. It wasn't
Backspin.
Backspin. It wasn't Shade 45.
And he just took over Backspin's radio. So if you guys haven't heard of it, Rock the Bells is what it's called. It has been live since
a couple days ago.
Today's Saturday, so it's been live since about Wednesday maybe. And so if you guys haven't, dude, he's going all in, and I follow him on Twitter, and I think he just tweeted out that he's thinking about writing another album just because of the station. So
getting his love for hip hop back.
Oh yeah, man. I think he's feeling love again. And so, like, I would say, like, cats like Rakim, Run DMC. Like, I think that, I mean, I know they've got a plethora of things, but I think they haven't really gotten their fair share of
I got
really
one for you.
A big
Run DMC would be a good. I think Run DMC would be a great one, even if you did like Def Jam.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah, like the whole nine. So you bring Russell in.
Too long.
Yeah.
That movie's too long. You can't do
Oh
the
yeah.
whole Def Jam.
It's 2.5. It's a 2.5.
That
Or
shit-
you break
okay.
or wait a minute,
hours.
or you break it up in like a docu-series, right?
Yeah, they would have
because here's the
Netflix.
thing: you bringing in Run, you bringing in Russell, you bringing in everybody, right?
LL,
So
come on, man.
man,
It's
you bringing in
much
too
Def
many
Jam.
people.
What
But
about
here's
Beastie
the thing.
Boys?
I got
Here's the
one.
thing. I think
I know what you're gonna say, too.
that
Yeah.
if
bet
you
you
brought
throw
these
you a
cats
curveball.
in, at least for me, now I'm on it. Now I think if you brought these cats in, Run DMC, Russell, all them from the Def Jam standpoint, be ridiculous.
Who you got?
But who you got?
I actually have a couple on a smaller scale. The Woo.
Ooh.
Yeah, blew y'all hair back on that one.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. We need that Woo movie. RZA, what's up?
or
Method, Redman,
Cash Money.
Cash Money would agree.
Weezy.
Great. Well, I thought you were gonna say Eric and Paris making dollars.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, but
That's what I thought you were
they've
gonna
got
say.
they've got a good history too. But I think that for the masses, especially with the way that in the last 10, 15 years, Wayne has made himself really an icon.
Well, if you do that, here's the crazy part.
And Woo is definitely iconic.
Yeah, Woo
I
definitely.
think
But
Woo-
if you talk Cash Money, you got to talk No Limit Soldiers. So here's the
Can't
crazy
do
part
Cash Money without doing Percy.
because they're so behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So here's the part that most don't know, because you're not hearing music in the forefront. You're not hearing Master P. You're not hearing his son. You're not hearing any of that. But he's doing so many moves on the back end.
Behind the scenes.
Like just to have that story in itself.
He on a
I
health
think-
kick too.
He
Yeah,
is. He's
he
very
is.
big on the health kick right now. And I think just to have that story, like, you know, you see him come through with that wave of music from the South, like make
I
them
mean, we
say
had on Bounty.
and to
white.
quote unquote die off, which most people think that a lot of these musicians do, which they do because they're not putting out any music. So from that standpoint, but from what Master P has been able to do from the back end, from a business standpoint,
But that's what he was always about. Like
he's always been about business.
I mean, this dude put out like 2 platinum or gold albums a month, every month. For
Exactly.
damn near 2 years.
Yeah.
And
he came in
opened
quick.
the door
He knew
for
what he-
cash money.
Right. And,
So-
and he's not one of those, because you hear the stories, these successful rappers, and they fall back, or their flame dies out.
Well, they take too
and
long.
They lose their money.
They take too long.
P still popping.
Yeah.
Well, see, because understand
Because
this,
of the
like
business
with
Wealthy.
acumen.
Master
Because he
P,
ain't just rich, he's wealthy.
And it's the
exactly.
business
And then
acumen.
and I'm shout out Master P. Master P, if you listening, I hope
me
you
a-
are.
I got a lane.
We got to figure out a documentary for you, docuseries, which I think is going to be great because you've done a couple of amazing things, and I think that for him, he understood early on that what the music industry was. You hot for a good minute. You put out an album, and then like a year and a half later, you put out another one, and then a year and a half later, you put out another one. He, like you said, 2 to 3, 2 maybe even 3 gold to platinum albums a year. He came in hot. He understood that I'm a get it. I'm a grind right now, and I'm gonna use that money to shift.
Them 2-page ads in the Source and the Double XL, all that. He was really on this.
He
promo
made it known.
marketing.
You gonna know my name.
Put covers of CDs that never came out. The homie just posted.
Silk
on
the
Facebook,
Shocker.
What happens to
Come
that
on.
Mercedes album? Like it was
Right.
a girl named Mercedes. She was bent over on the picture in front of Mercedes, and that shit never came out.
But yeah, that's so that's kind of some
I like
things that
that.
we would think about, and we can give some airtime to.
I
My
like
my last thing that I really wanted to get on. Do you guys follow Marcellus Wiley at all on Instagram?
Marcellus Wiley.
Marcellus Wiley used to play football for. He used to be with
About
the
to right
Chargers
now.
and
That
Cowboys
dude?
and whatnot.
That dude.
I'm about to do right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I don't follow him, but I know.
So he had for March Madness, he had a 64 bracket best hip hop beat of all time.
Oh my goodness,
So what
64
he
bracket.
did was
Jesus.
let me see if I can pull him up real quick. And I'm gonna just touch on a little bit real quick.
I'd like to see. I'm gonna check that bracket out.
So if you go to his page, Marcellus Wiley,
Boom. There it is. Got it.
and you scroll down, you can see the Marcellus Madness, and he's got the North and Midwest bracket, he's got the South bracket,
Here we go.
he's got the East bracket, and then he's got the West bracket. Excuse me,
The breast whacket.
the breast bracket. So I'm gonna just touch on the West bracket real quick. And I wish I would have printed these up. I had no way to print them up, so I could have gave you guys a
Oh,
copy.
he did it by song. He
Yeah,
didn't even do
well,
it by
he
artist.
just did. No, he just did it. But he just did the beat. So these are just the beats, not the verses to go with it, but just
Okay.
the beat, because he wanted to determine.
Ooh, Dipset anthem.
Right.
Dipset anthem. I got it.
So Mac is
Bodak
gonna pull it
Yellow.
up real quick.
Okay.
So Mac, just pull up that West.
Paul
real-
Revere. Come
All right,
on,
so the
man.
West. All right, on the West, he got Deep Cover Part 2
versus
Teach Me How to Dougie.
So who wins that?
Deep Cover Part 2.
Hands down.
Absolutely.
Then he has Drop It Like It's Hot and Ain't No Fun. So is that when the pimp's in the club, drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. Yeah, that's
No, Ain't No Fun. I'd have to go.
Ain't no fun. Okay.
Yeah,
Versus over that.
over Drop It Like It's Hot.
Pistol grip.
I tell you right now, if you're in the club, if you're in a hip hop club, and you play them records back to back, the crowd singing Ain't No Fun.
We're not talking about the verses. We talking
No,
about
no,
just
but
the
I'm
beat.
just
I feel what you're saying.
come on, that's the vibe. Hold on. Then we got
Blow the Whistle
Blow the Whistle.
versus Pistol Grip. Pump on my lap at all time. Pistol
Oh,
Grip. pump
shout
on
out
my lap.
Rasheen Shawn. We was having an old school battle. He texted that to me last week.
Pistol grip.
What you got on that?
Pistol grip pump.
I
on
got
my
pistol
left,
grip up for sure.
I was raised
Blow the
in the
whip.
hood, so what the diff? But these are just the beat. It's hard to separate the beat from the song. But then you
Nothing
got-
but a G thing versus tell me when to go.
Now hold on.
Oh, come
so
on, man.
that's
You
a that's a
can't do
hard
that,
battle,
though.
but nothing but a G thing. And the crazy thing is, probably about 6 months ago, me and my soon to be 12-year-old was rolling in the car, and
Come on, man.
you never heard. He had to think
Hold on,
about.
I had to pull
So
it
my
back up.
so my 12-year-old was like, so nothing but a G thing came on. He said, "Dad, that is the greatest hip hop beat of all
It
time.
just might be.
Which one?
Nothing but a G thing."
It's pretty close.
Oh,
I got.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying.
When you
I gotta
just the
look
beat.
through the list to see if one of my favorite beats of all time is on. Oh my god.
Ooh.
So many tears. I have to go with so many tears.
many
I mean, but it's
tears.
hard to.
Dun, dun,
That's that
dun.
Stevie.
It's done.
That harmonica come in there.
Yes.
Now I got 5 on it.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go. Boys in the Hood.
Really? Okay.
gonna have to go Boys in the Hood.
Dun, 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 dun,
I ain't mad at you cruising down the street.
Hey, man.
And
boom.
Come on.
I ain't mad.
So the next one, I got 5 on it
And still Dre.
versus Still Dre
Ooh.
with the strings.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, 5 on it all day.
Don't.
And I love Still Dre.
Don't. I got 5 on them. Because listen,
said Still Dre?
100.5
You said I'm on
right
5
now. 100.5 right now still plays that song, and every time it comes on,
Which one? Still Dre?
no,
I got 5
I
on
got
it.
5 on it.
'Cause it's gangster.
I got 5 on it.
That's that culture.
I don't even smoke weed.
That's that culture
Yeah.
club.
I don't even smoke weed. Even back then, I didn't smoke weed. And
Now
I'm
this
just,
one, which was the number 2 song, "Ambitions of a Rider" versus "Straight Outta Compton."
I'm going Ambitions of a Rider.
It's hard not to. It's hard to. It's hard.
Damn.
That's so. In my opinion, the West Coast bracket was by far the hardest. But
you said Ambitious of a Rider. Who you got? Who you got, JB?
I'm gonna have to go "Ambitions of a Rider" too, though. I'm gonna have to go "Ambitions of a Rider."
I'm gonna have to third that one. That's a tough one, dude.
Yeah. We can't go through the whole thing.
We
but-
can't go through the whole thing
So
'cause we
now,
don't-
my beat that I'm like insanely upset that's not on here, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put it out there. This ain't no disrespect to nobody, but like, I used to be the biggest Drake
Shook Ones Part
hater,
2?
Okay.
right? And it's because I'm so like, Drake can rap his ass off, so I don't understand
When
why
he
he
want
does
to.
the corny shit.
Right.
When he want to.
Because he don't have to do it for album sales. But maybe that's just.
But he does.
He
That's
like LeBron.
Yeah. That's
Nah,
He can ball out when he want to.
No, I'm still saying
Real
Drake
talk.
will sell because he got the
Paul
package,
Revere?
right? So Drake will sell anyway, and the way it was set up for him to blow, the way they kind of did the independent thing. That's going away from the topic though. So, but I had to accept that everybody ain't got to make the music I like.
true.
Right, I get upset about it because he holds himself so high, like he's the man, like he's the number one dude, and I don't think that of him because of the corny shit. However, like, and when I say corny shit, I'm talking about the singing love songs.
I got you.
To each his own, but Drake can really go. So to commemorate me not being a hater no more, I made a Drake playlist of my favorite songs because I've never like I'm not the dude to go get his album when it drop. It'd be out 3 months, then I go
Then I
listen.
go. Yeah. Right. What's your favorite, or what's the one you getting ready?
beat?
Yeah.
Legend. I don't think Legend is produced by Party Next Door, and I'm looking at this Northwest bracket because that's where he would be.
That's why, I'm looking at that.
I'm like,
Why is it not on there?
when
Tipsy,
everybody in the is on here,
Tipsy, yeah.
and
Not-
that
not-
shit has nothing on Legend. Legend, he samples Genuine, So Anxious.
Oh,
Okay.
So
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
bro.
that song
like
is crazy.
I think it could get to the Final Four. And like
Easy.
and it's a slow. When I pull up on a nigga, watch that nigga back. I'm no good with these words. And the beat just, And I'm talking like I put that shit on for my 14-year-old football team.
Man.
When we getting ready for a game, and
they go
rowdy. And that beat, and for the way that nigga sampled that So Anxious, and I it's also because it put me into real player mode when So Anxious was out. I was super True Mac player, 19 years old, something. Yeah. But that, like, I think that shit. I don't know how that beat don't make the list. But so I'm going through there though.
So what we're gonna have to do is
right
let's come up with let's finish our brackets, and next time we get together,
and let's put one together.
Let's put one together.
Let's do it. I'm with that, and we can post it. We'll post it up there.
I thought the concept was dope.
That's hella dope.
I thought the concept was hella dope. He had talked about it on the little sports talk show that he does on ESPN. So when I went to follow him on Instagram, I saw it. I was like, man, this is a topic we definitely got to talk about.
See, man, some of them he's just throwing together though.
These are probably his favorites. This is his favorites, but we can come up with our own.
I'm looking at the South right now. I'm looking at Damn versus International Players Anthem. Come on, man.
What is Damn? Damn? I don't get it. Who is Damn?
Kendrick Lamar.
But
Damn.
But he wouldn't be in the South. It couldn't be.
I don't know why he's in the South.
It can't be.
I don't know anybody else outside of Damn.
Is there a song Damn on a Damn album? I don't think there's a Damn song on a Damn album.
I don't know Damn from the South.
Well, I don't know. His International Players Anthem is fire anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I think, what is that, like number 15 or 16 on there?
He got F Faces against Bout It, man. Bout It making it to the Sweet 16.
Bout It going all the way through.
So before we get up out of here, I have one last topic I wanted to cover.
I'm getting distracted.
So with the way that the NCAA has been just a shit show, for lack of a better term, with recruiting and college basketball and players getting paid. Condoleezza Rice has taken over some FBI investigation. Like, she's leading, spearheading the department that's investigating the NCAA. And so they got they recently just had the wiretap with I think it's DeAndre Ayton that went to Arizona. Got the coach on wiretap talking about give him $100,000. Rick Pitino got fired because the FBI got him on some money. It's giving one of their players $100,000 to come to Louisville, and he had just got off of having the strippers give free lap dances and call girls and everything for the boys. So what bothers me is that
I need to be a college
these
student.
college
I'm just
students,
kidding.
These colleges and the NCAA they make millions upon millions, hundreds of millions, probably even it might be $1 billion industry in college sports.
Oh, it is.
And though
multi-million.
And though they give scholarships, like you get the free education, I'm not sure, because especially in basketball, we're gonna stick with basketball. In basketball, these boys ain't going to college to use that scholarship. These one and dones. One and done's going to college 1 year because you got to be 19 to get into the NBA. So they're going to college for a year so they can go to the draft. And so, like Ben Simmons, he specifically said, "This is dumb. Like, I'm not gonna go to class. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm here so I can get to the NBA. Soon as basketball season's over, they withdraw from school. Don't even use the remaining other scholarships. So it's really almost a waste of money. Like, they're throwing money away.
People that could use it
because they're keeping guys from going to the NBA. Now, the reason to go to the NBA so fast because they want to get paid.
Exactly.
And so I just think there needs to be some kind of some type of revamping of the way that these college kids get dealt with. But Adam Silver is just taking it another level, taking it upon himself until they have their collective bargaining, because it's up to the NBA to change the one and done rule. If they go in and change it, letting guys come straight to the NBA again from high school, then it kind of gets over this, because you can come straight to the league. You ain't got to worry about getting paid to go to college. But I believe the guys probably need to be 19 or 20 years old before they get into the league, because it changed. It's a life-altering situation. Not everybody has the corner, the backing, the support to handle all of that money and the fame and the attrition coming straight out of high school. But Darius Blaisley is changing the game. He's a 5-star recruit, was going to Syracuse. He decommitted from Syracuse, and he's going from high school to the NBA G League. The G League used to be the D League, and it's still the NBA's developmental minor league. But Gatorade is a sponsor now, so
that's why
they call it the G League. With that said, is so Adam Silver's like, when these guys get to the NBA from college and they get these stains on their history, it's more like they're calling them, Phoenix Suns player, blah, 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 had this go on in college and now their coach is in trouble. Or Chicago Bulls player, so it's getting too much association with the NBA. So this is going to be a trailblazing event so that the guys can skip college and get straight into a professional basketball environment and be able to get paid. Quoting him from this Yahoo article, he's saying that he's aware that this might start a trend, and that's one of the reasons that he decided to do it, because he's like, I'd rather speak through my actions and show the character that I'm willing to be the guy that said I set this transition to come from high school to the G League. G League, their base salary started at $19,000 to $26,000, and it's a total but
completely different from G League.
But now when you come out of high school, how much more money you really expect to make?
You shouldn't be expecting no money.
And I'm sure they travel for free.
Yeah.
They get sponsorships, room and board, so they're still getting money to play basketball. And who knows? You're a professional player. They might get low-rate sponsorships. And now you can go and play in a professional environment for a year or two and go from the G League to the NBA draft. And you might be a better player. You didn't take scholarship money away from a kid who is going to stay in school for 4 years to get his degree.
To develop.
And you get to do what it is you want to do. In Europe, these kids get to play at like 16 years old. Right? At 16 years old, they're playing professional basketball, and they can play professional basketball from 16 to 24, and now I'm ready to enter the NBA draft.
Yeah.
And they're getting paid to do it. So I think that that might do away with, now it ain't no 100 bands, so, you know what I'm saying? So for the kid that's really trying to, get the dollars, if the school's willing to pay him 100, then they're gonna pay him 100. But if the NBA changes the rule to where you got to stay in school 2 years, they might start choosing that D League, that G League, and getting away from the negativity around college basketball.
JB, I'll let you go first.
Okay. There's a lot going on there, and that's awesome. I think that the NC2A has some things that they really have to seriously look at if they're going to continue to maintain and get top-tier talent. They've got some things that they've got to change about the way they operate in order to, because there is, I don't like the way that they exploit some of the players.
100%.
They make millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars off the back of these players who are playing the game. And to gain a competitive advantage, some of these programs are offering kids money because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I'm coming to your school. I'm going to make your school money because we're going to go further in the playoffs, which means you're going to be able to sell more jerseys, more concessions, and all of these things that you're able to build your bank account with, and my bank account still has nothing in it. I can't even work.
Right.
I can't even work a job.
Because I don't have time.
Because I don't have time, and NC2A rules don't allow you to, especially during season. And you can. I mean, you're a professional you're training to become a professional athlete, so you can't, and
you're not supposed to work.
The rules don't allow you to do so. So and let's face it, like you said, the college education is not what they're in it for. Now, that's a nice secondary prize. If you get hurt, at least you have that scholarship to fall back on. But do you really? I mean, what if you get hurt? The school then can take your scholarship?
It's up to the
if
school.
you can't play anymore.
Correct.
You know, so now
Division I scholarships are 1 year renewable.
exactly. So it's almost like a contract.
It is
It is a contract.
100%.
So there are a lot of things that the NC2A needs to look at and change in order to fix that problem. Now, the developmental league, that's no different than minor league baseball. Single A, double A, triple A.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're not as good, you start in single A. You might, if you develop, you might have a chance to move up to triple A and then to the major leagues. But if not, you can play your whole career in minor league baseball, still be paid, you know, do with it what you love. And then when you are not able to play anymore, then you can go on to whatever your second career is. Why it shouldn't be any different for basketball. It shouldn't be any different for basketball.
I agree.
Absolutely, and for me, you know, I'd have to. I'm definitely coming back off the back of JB, and that of I feel like where the industry is going in itself of from a standpoint of overpaying and overlooking these kids right now, and that of they're only solely looking on performance. And performance as from a physical standpoint, not from an educational standpoint, is overshadowing the fact of getting a scholarship. Like your scholarship, although it's an athletic scholarship, should not deviate from the fact that you are a student first. So, for me, especially with a young daughter, 16, running track, doing her thing, and she wants to go and be with Oregon and the whole nine. You know, instilling that in her to keep her grades right, because I don't care who you are, at the end of the day, they're gonna, although they may overlook some things, they're gonna still take those things into account. So you can go into the school with a complete academic scholarship, but you got to understand that, use that to your advantage to go do the studies of what you want to do. And so I think that not only does it the responsibility of the school and that of the athletic director or the recruit or whoever it is that's picking these kids up. But to be honest, and I'm gonna rub some feathers wrong, it comes back to the parents. Like at the end of the day, I mean, you're the one responsible for your child. Like if all you're doing is banking on the fact that they get in on an athletic scholarship and they get hurt. It don't even matter if they just anything else happen. Let's just say they get hurt. They get in on a full ride scholarship and they ain't worried about school. They got D's and F's all the way through, and the high school just let them go by, and they got in through college because they were able to perform, and all of a sudden they got hurt. What's happened? What happens there?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest downfall, I think, that people are putting so much weight on right now, regardless of how much these kids get paid. Like that's a whole separate issue, because that is a problem in itself, because now kids going into college or kids going from high school wanting to go into the league, they're seeing is that's the next ticket. They're not seeing that very innate and detrimental point in their life of going from high school to college. And even if it's not college, like because I'm one that I never went to college until very late in my career, and I only did it for a need, not for a desire. And so I'm not advocating college as the path to go next. What I am saying, though, is that if your kid is the only thing they got going for them is sports, get them into something, right? So my thing is that if the only thing that you as a parent or you as a coach or from a high school standpoint or a college standpoint, the only thing y'all banking on is this person's performance, you need to understand that these kids are people, and get them well rounded from an all around basis. Right. That outside of sports, there's something else that they may love, that there's a passion of, or whatever. Because if they get hurt, like it's
difficult though, because from the time these kids is like in AAU basketball,
yeah,
14 years old, they got somebody telling them, hey, you can go to the league.
Absolutely.
They got people doing stuff for them. They got these basketball camps, letting them in for free. Adidas
but that's what
sponsorships,
I mean,
getting them all this. So it's hard for them to even think of anything else other than, I'm getting to the league. That's all they ever been told.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It comes down to the parents or so I'm saying parents in a whole. I mean grown folk. If you're a coach, And somebody from an AAU standpoint or USATF, if you're track or whatever the case may be, and you're speaking to these kids and you're pouring into these kids in that standpoint, just telling them go to the league, go to the league, go to the league. That's the only thing they're thinking about, right? So it at the end of the day, they could give 2 Fs about what a college grade or a high school grade needs to look like because they're talented. It's just not about talent. At the end of the day, they need to be educated in that going forward because the sports ain't gonna last for long. Look at half of the. I mean, Marshawn Lynch, he went out at what 30? What did he go out? 35, 36? He went out young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like retired, and now he's coming back. But at the same time, you know, he's going out so young because he realizes that, hey, my body is a pyramid. I need to protect my body, and I'm not gonna sit here and beat myself up.
And he
I'm
held
go
on
out.
to all his contract money. He
held on-
He
exactly.
didn't spend $1 of his contract money. He had $50 million when he retired. Only spent endorsement money.
And
Genius.
And that's a
Carl Berkeley
that's a whole
education
that's a whole nother conversation in itself.
Yeah.
What I'm saying for right now is the kids that are trying to all they focus on is the league,
Right.
Because like you said,
And
Truman,
that's the only way it's gonna change is to change the mindset going into it. Because like you gotta understand, this ain't no kid asking a coach, okay,
Absolutely.
coach, I'll come to your school, you give me $100,000 at
Yeah.
17 years old. That's not what he's thinking. Somebody put that in his mind. To say,
Exactly.
hey, if you go tell him to give you $100,000, you come, everybody wants you. Louisville, Duke, Syracuse, Coach Cal called.
What's in it for us?
So who gonna help
who
us?
gonna pay up?
Like look what happened to Reggie Bush, and USC. But what I was trying to keep it with basketball is that there can possibly be another way for these guys who, because going to school ain't for everybody.
It's not.
Right? Like you said, you didn't go till late. I got an associate's degree. I didn't finish and go to get my BA. So college ain't for everybody. The thing is to put in a kid's mindset is that it's a grind. Everybody ain't gonna get the dollars. So and everybody, some people get paid and don't go any further than the first 2 years of their career. We got to have a backup plan.
absolutely.
The backup plan, like I've been coaching youth football for 9 years. I've had kids that look like this kid's going to the NFL at 14 years old. You just see how dynamic they are. And I have maybe 2 kids that I've coached right now, that 2 or 3 that went Division I out of the hundreds of kids that I've coached. Life happens. Different things go on in your life. And it's only 1% that's going.
Absolutely.
So you have to, and I'm saying this to say that I never talk NFL or let's go get a football scholarship with my kids. It's all like, let's figure out how we can go to college for free to get our degree.
And you want
if we
few.
can go through football, or when I coached basketball, if we can do this through basketball, let's go to get our degree. The NBA is going to be there.
Yeah.
If you don't go at 19 after your first year, you can still go at 22. They're still drafting kids. But how hard are you going to grind from 19 to 22?
How hard are you willing?
Like,
how bad do you want it?
Like the education, if this school is going to give you this money for free, go get it.
Yeah, the scholarship money, not the
And you
under
can,
the table.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's get our degree, but it starts with a foundation.
Yeah.
And I think even still, like not even the degree, because I mean the free money for the degree is there. Like if the league is your thing, like that's where I want to be. Like I got a good friend of mine, y'all know him, CJ Watson. Mm-hmm. He went in D-League. Like he ain't get ranked top, none of that. He worked his way up to where he is today.
So it's possible.
It's possible. And the fact is that most people are seeing, or they talking about, and they're focusing on the league getting in top pick, top third round at the most, and that's it. You know what I mean? And it's like, that might not be everybody's story.
It's not.
Right? And don't let that affect you. Like at the end of the day, it's about how passionate are you about what you're choosing to do, what you're choosing to call a career.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta give it up to my boy CJ, and even another good friend of mine, Lawrence Guy, who's now on the Patriots. He went in way late in the round a few years ago, and from football, and both these guys are like success stories, right? So, they came in that where in our little local situation, our little local circle, you was like, they gonna make it,
Right.
They going top ring, and they just it didn't for whatever reason, and they felt the need that they knew that this was their passion, this is where they're gonna end up. And they put in the work behind it. So I only say that to say that at the end of the day, as many people that say you got a talent and as many people that say that the league is it, understand that there's different levels in which you enter that league.
For sure.
Right? So you can enter it at the top echelon, cream of the crop, or you can enter it at the bottom of the barrel. It's willing how it all boils down to how hard you're willing to grind.
Man, the league don't buy age, they buy talent. They don't pay you for your age, they pay you for your talent.
I love that.
If you can get out there and ball at whatever age, 19, 25,
I'm gonna go out there
right
now.
out there and show them that you can keep up with them other dudes,
I'm
they're
lying.
gonna get you that bread.
Not
So go and get that.
Cool.
What a great show.
Hey, another one, episode 4, man. We
keep going.
And we made it through on one take. So we just want to just keep inviting everybody out to come check us out. We on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is For The Culture, for THA Culture. If you guys have any topics that y'all would like for us to cover, hit us up on Instagram at For The Culture. The website is doitfortheculture.com. We're going to be posting all of our videos to the website so you can catch up. But until then, they're on YouTube. You can follow Jerome on Real Estate. You can follow Real Estate Rome on Instagram and Facebook, myself.
I am Rome.
You can also follow JB.
Jolie Brantley.
They'll all be up at the end of the video. Y'all check us out, but continue to support us. Vegas is for y'all. Until next time, Scott Vera, take us home.
That's it. All right, y'all.
Yeah. For the culture.